All right, welcome. If you're ready to take your very first step into the incredible world of Spanish, then you are in exactly the right place. We're about to kick off an exciting quest, starting with the absolute foundation of the entire language. Everything we're going to cover today boils down to this one super important question. ¿Cómo se escribe? It just means, how do you spell it? And believe me, by the end of this, you'll be able to answer it for the most important word there is, your own name.
Now, I want you to think of the alphabet in a new way. It's not just a boring list of letters, right? No way. It's the master key. It is the one tool that unlocks your ability to read, to write, and, most importantly, to pronounce almost any word in Spanish.
And when I say everything, I mean it. Getting a handle on these 27 letters is the single most powerful thing you can do to set yourself up for success. It really is the bedrock that everything else is going to be built on.
Okay, so let's dive right in and meet these 27 essential tools. And hey, don't feel like you need to memorize them all at once. We're going to break it all down into simple, easy pieces starting right at the core.
The 5 vowels are going to be your best friends in Spanish. Seriously, unlike in English, where their sounds can be all over the place, in Spanish, they're incredibly consistent and clean. Once you learn them, you know them. They're the heart of every single word. Okay, listen carefully. First step, A, which sounds like A, as in Alberto. Next, E, which sounds like E, as in Elena. Then we have I, which is E, as in Ignacio. O is O, as in Oscar. And finally, U, which sounds like U, as in Uruguay. Just hear those simple, clean sounds? A, E, I, O, U. Go ahead, try saying them out loud.
So once you've got the vowels down, let's move on to the consonants. And here's the really great news. You already have a massive head start here, because a lot of these are going to sound super familiar to you as an English speaker.
Just take a look at a few of these. The letter B is called B, like in Buenos Aires. The letter D is D, as in Diego. You see the pattern? The name of the letter pretty much gives you the sound. It's the same for F, L, M, and S. They're really close to what you already know.
But of course, there have to be a few letters that give Spanish its unique character, right? These are the fun ones, the sounds that ask you to tune your ear just a little bit differently. Let's really dig into what makes them so special.
Okay, this is where we get to the letters that really create that classic Spanish sound. First, we have the H or H. Here's the deal. It's always silent. So instead of Honduras, you get Honduras. Then there's the J, the Jota. It's got that strong kind of throaty huh sound from the back of your throat. Javier. And of course, the famous R, which is often rolled to get that perfect Spanish rhythm, Ramon. And this is basically the symbol of the Spanish language. It's the letter ñ, and we call it ñ. It's so unique. It makes a ñ sound, kind of like the middle of the word canyon. You hear it in the most famous Spanish word of all, España.
Okay, so you've met all the letters, you've heard the sounds. Now it is time to stop just learning and start doing. Let's actually use these new tools you have, right now.
So before we get to the main event, let's do a quick little warm-up, a little game to test your eye. Think back to all those example names we just went through. How many of them were actually places, countries or cities?
Here's the full list of all the examples we used, one for every single letter. Just take a quick second, scan the list on your screen, and see how many places you can pick out. I'll give you a moment.
All right, how'd you do? The correct answers are Buenos Aires, Cuba, Honduras, Kenya, Quito, España, Uruguay, Venezuela, Yalta, and Zaragoza. Hey, if you spotted even just a few of those, that's fantastic. You're already starting to recognize words. Okay, warm-up is officially over. Now it's time for the main event of our quest. Forget about countries and cities for a minute. Let's talk about the single most important word you will ever need to spell, your own name. So here's how this would work in a real situation. Imagine a teacher calls out a letter name, like ese. Well, if your name starts with S, you'd respond with yo, which just means me. And then you'd spell out your name using those Spanish letter names. So for Susan, it would sound like this. S-U-S-A-A-N-A. See? Simple. And just like that, you've done it. You have officially successfully completed your very first quest in Spanish. You've picked up a real-world skill that you can use starting today. Just look at that. You didn't just learn a couple facts. You've literally added 27 brand new tools to your linguistic toolkit. Every single one of those letters is a building block you now get to use.
Let that really sink in. You can now officially introduce yourself and spell your name in a completely new language. That is not a small thing. That is a truly powerful and really meaningful first step on the path to fluency.
So go ahead, give it a try right now. Spell your own name out loud using those Spanish letters. You've earned it. The only question left is, now that you can spell your name, what are you going to learn to say next?